What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I actually seen that reminded me. To just telling people you trade when you first start out. I would not recommend it. Telling people that you day trade when you first start out is one of the biggest self-sabotaging things that you could possibly do. With you don't even know it, but it will be self-sabotaging. It will end up affecting you mentally and all that. So I'm gonna break that down. So first of all, when I first started day trading, I was quick to tell everybody I knew. It's quick to show my parents, like, look, I just made this much trading. I started trading out options, by the way. I just made this much in 5 minutes. I'm trading with live capital, my actual money. So I'm making real money, but I had no idea what I was really doing. I was really gambling, honestly. I was just buying options in a company that I would feel like, okay, Apple's about to drop a new iPhone. I'm going to buy Apple cars because their stocks should go up. And I ended up losing a bunch of money doing that in the long run. That was my whole conviction behind every option I ever bought. It would just be like some random stuff. So it only sabotaged me because me telling people, like me telling my parents, it's good to start out like, yeah, like, day trading, there is this thing called I think it's called the Dunning-Krueger effect, where you start out and you get beginner's luck, the peak of what they call Mount Stupid. And then from there, that's the valley of despair, all the losses, all the struggles. Then from there, you get back, and then that's when you finally reach your I guess your flow state, your master state. But it's a very long process. You peak when you first start out, you fall into the valley of despair, and you're in that valley for as long as you are until you're finally profitable and you finally kind of defeated yourself, you defeated the markets. So when you're at that peak of Mount Stupid, that's when you're excited to tell everybody, you think you're making money, you think you're about to be super rich. I was making a few $100s to $1,000 a day on average, and I'm like, I'm making more than my teachers now. By the end of this year, I'm gonna have $100,000 plus to my name. I'm gonna buy a Tesla. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm not going to college anymore. And I was quickly humbled by the markets. Now, from that point where at first I was making, $500 to $1,000 a day consistently for probably like 3 weeks to a month, I would say. It didn't last longer than a month. It was like 2-3 weeks to a month. I was telling everybody, I was showing my friends, showing my family, like, look at what I just made in a couple minutes. I was super excited, but then once, you fall off the peak of Mount Stupid, once you fall into that valley of despair, and then like that money's not coming in anymore, and now you're struggling, you're learning again, you kind of have to restart. People notice patterns. They be like, damn, why you ain't show me, what you been doing? Like, how day trading been going? You used to show me every day. Why you ain't been showing me no more? How's it been going? Are you still doing it? Are you good? Like, then those questions start to come in. And when those questions come in, it's like, it pains you because you know that you almost feel like a failure already, like, because of the fact that you can't show these people, you can't show your loved ones, your friends, your family, like, yeah, I'm still doing good. Like, now you gotta make something up, or you just gotta tell them, like, I'm a couple losing days, like, I'm not doing it right now, I'm taking a break, whatever you might say. But deep down, you can't lie to yourself. God is all seen. You can't lie to you. You can't lie to God, and God knows all. So do you. So you can lie to everybody as long as you want. But once you tell all these people, and now they're gonna have these expectations of you making all this money, expectations of you being able to potentially help them out. They might ask you for money, and you want to help, but you don't have it. You were too quick. You jumped the gun trying to tell everybody that you trade, and that only got you in just a terrible place now, because now you feel like it's the pressures from helping other people, it's the pressures of being able to show other people and prove to other people, on top of already the initial stressful pressure of trying to just prove to yourself. You are your number one priority when it comes to day trading. You have to prove to yourself before you can prove to anybody else that you are actually doing this. Once you tell other people, then that brings in outside expectations. That also brings outside opinions. People will try to talk you out of it. Don't do that. That's gambling. That's not a sustainable income. People lose so much money doing that. All of these different things you might hear, college is stable. Go to college, get an education. You'll be making, 6 figures a year. You'll be good. You'll be straight. You don't need to do that. That's risky. All of this stuff I was told, all this stuff that I know everybody else that tells their parents or people around them that they trade. All of these other opinions, these negative opinions are going to come from it. And I had an interaction one time with, actually, I met a billionaire, the CEO of a company that my aunt used to work at. I met him. We had a one-on-one talk. My mom, she introduced me to this man. He's a billionaire, by the way. I know I said that, but my mom introduced me to this man. I shook his hand. He asked me, what do I do? I told him I day trade. And at this time, I was not profitable. I had made a little bit of money, but it was never consistent. I was very consistent with it. This was probably like a year and a half into my journey. Um, yeah, it's like a year and a half into my journey. I'm like a freshman in college, I want to say. Yeah, freshman in college. So he comes to me, he's like, we talking. He's like, yeah, what do you do? I'm telling him I'm a student, but I also day trade. He's like, oh, how's that going? I'm like, it's going all right. He's like, you can lose a lot of money doing that. You gotta be paid. You gotta be careful. I was like, yeah, I know. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I've lost a lot. I can't tell you, but like, and even to me, like, a lot of money to me is not a lot to him. So I'm not even gonna tell him like my specific numbers because I can say, oh yeah, I lost. Let's just say, for example, I don't remember the exact amount at that time. But let's say $10,000. He wipe his behind with $10,000. He don't care about 10. He don't care about 10 grand. So I can't even confide in you for real because you don't even. Talking to this man, he's just telling me about different things and how day trading isn't the route he would choose. But like, he's a billionaire, so I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna listen to him. He's a lot older than me. I'm gonna listen, but like in the back of my mind, it's very discouraging because you have this person that's telling you something that, and even for y'all, this may not be a billionaire, but this could be like your parents, your somebody that y'all look up to in general, telling y'all like, yeah, don't do that. That's gambling. That's risky. That's not sustainable. It's only gonna discourage you, and it's gonna add on to your pressure because now you want to prove these people wrong. On top of the fact that you have to prove yourself right. So you're proving yourself right on top of you proving other people wrong, and it's unnecessary pressure that you do not need. It's just making it way harder for you to actually become a successful individual, successful trader, because now it's more pressure, and trading is a mental game. It's not physical. It's not anything, outside of that. It is a mental game. And it honestly, it's like being an athlete. I think it is very similar to being a professional athlete, but you're just a mental athlete. Like, it's not the physical, but a lot of this mental stuff and a lot of the practices that you have to do and things like that, how it's looked upon is very similar. If I tell somebody you want to go to the NBA, they're going to laugh at you. If you tell somebody you want to be a successful trader, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to tell you, be realistic. You know what I'm saying? They're going to tell you, have a plan B that's more sustainable. Have a plan B that's safer. Have a safe route. Only X amount of, I think it's like, 1.7% of high school athletes go to college or go to the NBA. Whatever the percentage is, they say 99 point whatever percent of traders fail. You have to study yourself. You have to learn your film. You have to understand how you play. You have to understand how you trade. It's all very similar. Now, it's nothing wrong with believing. It's nothing wrong at all with believing in yourself and really truly understanding that you're going to do what you want to do. But when it comes to bringing in outside factors, if you do decide to tell people, try your best to filter it out and ignore it, because a lot of the times it will be negative. For me personally, it was very hard because it would be like at the end of every month, my mom or at the end of every trading day, my mom or a loved one may ask, how did today go? My mom or dad, how did today go? You make money today? It's like a constant thing where, like, especially if you like just blew some accounts, you're like, I don't even feel like talking to you. Like, I just lost X amount of accounts. You're asking me, did I make money today? No, I did not. And it caused you to potentially even snap on that person. If you don't have your emotions under control, if your emotions are still a wreck from the day, you blow some accounts, it's going to mess your day up. You don't want to talk to these people. That might cause you to spaz, whatever the case may be. And then now that's going to affect your relations in that way. Because now you're ruining your relations with people because you're being disrespectful or rude to them. Because of the fact that you just blew these accounts, they're asking you how you've done, and you're upset at the markets, but now you're taking that out on them. Now, I've never personally done this, but I know for a fact that people have. I know it is a thing, and it's something that is an issue with people. That's how we are. It's human nature. It's very hard to control that, especially when your emotions are on the rise, and that is, your emotions are probably peak when you blow some accounts, you take a loss, and you lose a lot of money in a single day. Somebody's come up and ask if you lost some, if you made some money, or if they can have some money from you. Like, it's one of the most annoying things. So it's just better to keep it to yourself for as long as possible. Learn in silence, work in silence, because once you're actually, profitable, once you have kind of established yourself, that's when I would say you can share with people, or even don't even tell people at all. Keep it mysterious, keep it, I work from home, whatever you want to call it. Because day trading just has such a negative persona, and people always have these opinions on it. And it's just a waste. To me, it's a waste of telling people. It's a waste of energy because it just adds so much extra pressure. I know I've been rambling a lot, a whole bunch of different ways and directions, but this all boils down to that. It just adds unnecessary pressure unnecessary weight on your shoulders that you don't need. That day trading is already just a pressurized and a mental environment that you don't need anything external affecting you. So I would just say that don't tell people you trade at the start. Keep it very quiet. Keep it very humble. Until if you feel comfortable enough, once you're more established, then cool. But even then, I would still say don't do it. It's very pointless because it spreads all these negative opinions. It's frowned upon. Yeah, that's that though. I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm gonna catch you on this video. Thank y'all for watching. Please even like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you all. Growing super fast. We had like 230 something subscribers. We growing super quick. We was just at like 190 a couple days ago. So growing crazy. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Y'all don't understand how much y'all actually helped me out. Seeing all the comments and the positivity, it means a lot. So I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.